Now, one or two more points I want to make that I think are important to understand. Why has the modern Zionist movement been so successful? The most Zionist book written besides the Bible is the Siddur, the prayer book. That was written about 1900 years ago, 2000 years ago. That book is replete with, we want to return back to Zion. We want to go back to our homeland. Every synagogue faces Jerusalem. If you're an Egyptian, you face north. If you're an Iranian, you faced west. If you were a Syrian Jew, you faced south. If you were a European Jew, an Italian Jew, you faced east. Israel was the center of our lives, and Jerusalem was the center. All our prayers had to do with returning, building the temple, returning to Jerusalem. It's an exceptionally Zionist book. We weren't able to act upon it because of historical realities. But in the last 2 centuries, things have changed. So why has this movement been so successful? Number one, because it's not new. It tapped into something that for 2,000 years we were praying and hoping to happen. And people made aliyah throughout history, just never in large numbers. My family on my father's side are Hasidim. They made aliyah in 1807, 80 years, 75 years before the first aliyah. Why? Because the Stoliner Rebbe and Rabbaran Agodol in 1807 go back to the Holy Land. And if about 50 or 100 people did that. The reason the modern movement was successful, A, is because we're not new. We're ancient. We're ancient. We're an ancient people working with an ancient idea simply in the modern period. And the enthusiasm that I have, I hope I'm coming across that way, is the enthusiasm that the young Jews had in the 1880s, 1890s, 1900s, 10s, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Everybody was fired up with this imagination of the return back to Zion, with the flag, the blue and white. Magen David wasn't, by the Talit, wasn't picked by accident. With the menorah, it fired people's imagination. Polish Jews, Lithuanian Jews, Yemenite Jews, Algerian Jews, Jews all over the world, motivated by this biblical, religious, historical opportunity to return back to the land of Israel. And we've been successful.